Profane. Now I will tell you what is a Brahma Shastra. I will tell you about the time I did Salvia Divinorium. During a breakup with his friends, a couple, a co-worker tormentor, and her fella, we got off work and met up with her guy and went for a walk in the park by the lake. It was a beautiful day. They offered it to me. They didn't slip it to me as something else. But they didn't tell me what I was in for. And I was feeling transformative. Experimental. We take risks. We make choices. We live with them. Who even knows what I was saying? I was saying something. Sid, mushies, weed, whatever else I'd gotten up to by then, they never made me immersively hallucinate, unless you count being bathroom locked, or peripheral swirling from sleep deprivation or trails. I remember being slightly disappointed that I had no idea what people were talking about when they described talking to lampposts. I was saying something. There was an E in the word, lowercase. I couldn't finish it. Falling forward into the letter, feeling the momentum of whatever it was urging me to finish. There were more letters, presumably, fading. Other words, impossibly distant, forgotten. I forgot who I was. That was the first thing to go, even before vision completely dissolved. Everything, including my identity, receded. Every nanosecond a painful, frustrating loss. I struggled against it and lost. To the west, the beautiful sunset. The horizon peeled away into a fan of rainbow-colored metal scales, plates that spread one by one, slamming into place from north to south, magenta, shimmering like a scarab, with a heavy shunking sound, metal on heavy metal with no room for reverb. Shunk, 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 shunk. Rivets punching, shunk. Violet and final. The metal sheets held me to a wall in a dark place where a machine voice informed me in no uncertain terms that I had fucked up, and things were never going to be the same. Just like that. Then I was back into the urgency of the letter, whatever it had been. I was sliding down a tube of it, fluorescent, matte orange, like a traffic cone. Tiny window of cloudy mornings, deciduous leaves. And you know, I respect orange, but it's not my favorite. And I'm sliding down the shape of the end of it, surely, and the way is blocked, impeded by some feature of the landscape that prevents me from finishing the goddamn story, man. I look up to see a creature encased in orange plastic, pawn shape, sleekly draped to cover every part but its face, which looked down at me, a human face, smiling, like a fucking nightmare, like customer service, uncanny, saccharine and unfeeling, as if asking how I could be so stupid. All around, these things dotted the space, people in pawns fixed in place, and I realized that this had all been prearranged by a malevolent paternal force who tightly funneled my life into an impossible situation. Straight up, that's what came through. How overdone, right? How I wish it had been something delightful or interesting. I've done my shit, obviously. I don't think that was coming from me. But ultimately, who can say? I will say, do not do this drug. If someone offers you this drug, that person is not trustworthy. What had happened was, I rolled face first down the hill and was going to go into the lake and drown, so the guy raced me and stopped me with his foot. I rolled onto his boot and looked up at him. They did some version of this to multiple people. My friends. When I came to, the first thing I did was rush to my backpack and rock over it until she peeled me up, realized I couldn't walk home and they'd have to give me a ride. But that meant we'd have to walk to their place. Like a stroke, all I could say that whole walk was thank you and I'm sorry. She kept telling me to stop saying it, and like a tick, I couldn't. I just kept saying it over and over and over. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I will tell you about the scariest nightmare I've ever had. And there have been some brutes. Dreams that reset themselves with horror over and over. dreams with cosmic villains. Real. Enemies. Terrible dreams where I was the bad guy, where I died and lived multiple lives. This one scared the shit out of me, because I awoke and couldn't swear it wasn't true. Elaborately, convincingly, repeatedly, consecutively, I was duped into confidence with people in a closed environment only to find each time that they were not my friends, lovers. And after some serious bullshit, I melted a building with my rage. I melted the giant wall of synchronized screens, the glass behind them, the rooms, the hallways, the floors. One by one, I screamed them into a simmering pit of mother-loving, molten goddamn lava. Fuck them. I spit on their grave.